Two wheels in the open road. Got the throttle wide open. Feel my pain.
All right, everyone, welcome here live on MaxSpeedTV. It's a Loose Lug Nuts Racing League at Kentucky. Sorry about that. We had New Smyrna originally scheduled, as you're probably going to see on the YouTube. But we're over here at Kentucky. Setup difficulties, last-minute changes. So over to Kentucky, a little bit different racetrack here. A mile and a half when we were going to be at a quarter mile, so actually a huge difference. Let's take a look at some of that info here for the track and talk about that real quick, see what the air quality out there is moving on as qualifying is getting underway. Closed qualifying single car sessions. Track temp sitting at 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Partly cloudy skies, 79 degrees, Fahrenheit on the air temperature. 17 incident DQ limit set for tonight with 2 green-white checkers scheduled, over a 100 lap event. Hopefully we don't need some of those deals out here. Big shout out to our sponsors as always for Loose Lug Nuts Racing on this K&N All-Star Summer Series. Over the top designs, Gavi Valley Painting, MaxSpeedTV, ASN, and who can forget? Sorry, reading messages here. Who can forget Abruzzi Racewear USA? Your wear, your way. Tons of new stuff over at Abruzzi if you go check them out. A lot of people already in here. I did type in chat and let people know we got a special guest here tonight. On track, not in the booth. Hopefully he races. I know he put down some practice time. Elliott Sadler back in the house. Last time we saw him was at Talladega at Loose Lug Nuts, so that's always a special treat when we can get a former NASCAR driver in here, run around them, learn some things as racers and individuals. Top of the board right now is Dustin Covington as qualifying is underway. Laps going out here. This track is going to be difficult, but I think it can provide some great racing early on. Tires are going to be king as usual. This K&N Arca Bernard Series car is quite easy enough to handle. You just got to watch the push out of the corner. Mr. D'Amico is going to toggle through some of these drivers, taking some laps as we speak. We were viewing Wes Holland there. Might be a little bit difficult to see the 4 and the 14 as he got that number moved to the full rear end quarter panel there. But him and Robert Matisse have the same paint scheme but different colors there. One's red, one's blue. About 2 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. 18 cars have taken a lap down. We'll see if that continues. I think we have close to 30 drivers wanting to get onto the field this evening. Maybe some difficulties out there with people connecting. I'm trying to watch the ping quality ratio here. Looking good out there for those guys, so hopefully no blinkers out there. I don't think there's any major storms except across the Great Lakes region at the moment. Mr. Holland watching the UFC. You got to let us know when we get to those fights, the major cards. I don't mind you typing in chat real quick. Let us know if there was a knockout or something on some of those major cards. Not sure if there's any driver streaming where I know Ray Richard usually streams sometimes. Some of them might. I know Elliott Sadler likes to stream a lot, so maybe check out their see if you can't find a Twitch or a YouTube for Elliott Sadler. He don't converse with us too much, but he may have a stream up. Miss Michelle Eisenhower out there with a $2.99 donation. Thank you. I do see that pad logo next to that name too. people against distracted driving. Always a big thing. Not a lot of drivers on the road these days, but always still a cue to look at. You gotta stay focused. Even when driving, even on the sim, two-handed driving is probably the best. Don't want to go reaching for your phone, your cigarette, your e-cig, whatever you may be doing. Elliott Sadler going to be technically number 1 on the board, but it looks like he has a custom paint. I think we'll let him get away with it. 38 M&M's, iconic paint scheme there for Elliott Sadler. We're going to be hitting the starting grid here. Give him a second to get on the grid. Dustin Covington, the number 48 pole award winner here. Still waiting for him to load up. Give him a couple more seconds, but we got to really work down our board here. Congrats to Dustin Covington, over the top motorsports driver, number 48, with that pole award. Fast time 32.423 as he hits the grid. Kyle Chadwick, outside pole, 32.509. Almost a full tent there for Dustin Covington. That's a heck of a lap time. Scott Patton, 3rd. Greg Mall, 4th. Aaron Bennett, 5th. Ken Richardson, 6th. What a race he had Thursday until the end. 7th, Trent Drum. Good lap time for him. I haven't seen him qualify that well in a long time. Good job, Mr. Hambone. Wes Holland, 8th. James Nunn, 9th. Kevin Winter, 10th. Mitchell Reeves, not a lot of practice time. He gets 11th. 30, Troy, I'm not sure how to say this last name, Turgensen. He'll be in a 9 number next week. I'm sure that was a mistake there. Torgensen, Mr. D'Amico says. I'll try to get that down in my head. Vernon Markheim, 13th. Bob Tomato Eldred, 14th. Jason Lance, 15th. Jeff Merck, 16th. Anthony Giuliano, 17th. Robert Matisse, 18th. Michael Jeans, now in the official number 08. He'll be 19th. Josh Scott, 23, starting 20th. Jeff Gilmore, 21st. John Held, 22nd. I know he didn't get a lot of practice time either, but he showed a good race on Thursday also. Bob Wells, 23rd. Mark Jackson, 24th. Old Elliott Sadler, 25th, and shown in that 38 M&M's machine. 26, Zach McSwain. And Jeffrey Knight, newcomer on Thursday, 27th. Non-qualifiers, 28th will be Calvin Miller. Todd Kirkwood, 30th. Looks like Chris Voiles, I skipped over him, 29th. 950 of Thomas Haley not reconnecting here this evening. Let's get back to the front. 1.5 mile track, like I said. So we'll have a lot of action. We'll be singled out pretty quick. Tires are going to be the difference here. How you run the track, too, also going to be difference. Is your competitor going to make you run it just as rough as those tires need to be ran? Miss Michelle with some extra donations out there. I'm looking at chat before we get going racing. Thank you, everyone. 24 active viewers. I can't count most of the time. Out here watching on MaxSpeedTV, we always thank you. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to. We do appreciate it. Miss Michelle out here, #1 fan for sure with that donation. Kyle Hall, I'll get to that just in a second. Pace car down. Green flag shown. 100 laps here at Kentucky. Got to watch the 38 Bob Eldred. He stepped out. Hopefully he didn't cross the start-finish line. Got to stay in line. Dustin Covington out. Good start right there. Followed up 2x2 for the most part. Trent Drum, what a run he has, as does Scott Patton. Kyle Chadwick, look at that second place. He makes a move. Makes Scott Patton have to dig for third. Watch the wash up here on the wall. This is the key part. 3 wide, 4 wide back there around Trent Drum. Kevin Winter around, as is Wes Holland. Not around in the sense of sideways, but they get around Trent Drum. Let's move back to that 78 of Kevin Winter in position number 7. Here's to be where most of the action is. 3 wide behind him, too. That's the 02 Mitch Reeves. Now Kevin Winter looking to spread 3 wide from Wes Holland. Wes Holland with the dive. Kevin Winter's going to have to shorten it. No, Wes Holland on the brakes. Ken Richardson in the middle of that line. What a battle we got going on here. All right, Wes Holland working on Ken Richardson, getting around that 4 machine, getting around that 16. Kevin Winter next up in line. Good camera angles here from Mr. D'Amico looking at this battle. Let's go to the front, though, because I think we got a possible battle for the lead real quick. Looks like the 88 of Kyle Chadwick's looking up under the 48 of Dustin Covington. Action still going. Nope, Dustin Covington with a better run off than Chadwick. Scott Patton gets to the bottom. Look at the 9:21 right there. Won last Saturday, I do believe, or I could be wrong. There goes Aaron Bennett. What a run he's had of late. Aaron Bennett was fantastic runs. Greg Mall there with them. Greg Mall's around the top 3 a lot. Chadwick fighting hard on that outside. He may have burned some tires getting to the back end of that 48. Now here comes the tire saving mode. We are lap 5 around the speedway. This time looking to complete lap 5 around the speedway. Got to start thinking in a conservative nature over a 100-lap race. Speaking of tires and fuel at 70%. I will get to that question there, Mr. Kyle Hall, I believe. I believe it was Kyle Hall looking up through the chat. You can find Loose Lug Nuts Racing on the Facebook, Loose Lug Nuts Racing group. Get signed up that way, or you could look us up on the iRacing portal page. Make sure you get your name in there. Let us know how you found us, too. Mr. Kirkwood off again. I see that. Boy, oh boy. You're, the cat kick the USB adapter. Got to kick those animals out of your sim rig, man. Cal Chadwick continues to fall. Let's look at the 906 of Greg Ball right now to his inside. That Navy machine, I'll give him hands down for that paint scheme. Do love that Navy design. Working hard. Chadwick is on that outside. Greg Ball to the inside. All Dustin Covington's race. Greg Ball makes position. Wes Holland shows nose from behind. This is the trap Kyle Chadwick got into when he was second place, battling too hard for position. Here goes Wes Holland to the bottom. And it looks like he's going to have the position at the line. All right, let's work our way through the field. Moving just a little bit back to 9th place. Trent Drum, I know I've mentioned him a little bit already. Just got passed by Ken Richardson. Might be getting past here. I'm not grabbing that number. That's the 30 of Troy. Oh, gosh, Mr. D'Amico, help me with that last name again. Torgensen. I'll get it eventually. It took me James Dunn. It took me 3 weeks to figure out his name. So there goes Troy Torgensen up to 9th. Mitchell Reeves passes Trent Drum. Trent Drum obviously going to finish this race. Mr. Hambo's going to find a way if he can. Just behind those, 38 of Bob Eldridge side by side with Werner Markheim. Markheim looking to finish this race. He had a good race just 2 weeks ago with a top 3 event. Markheim gets the lap ahead of Bob Eldred in that 38 machine. Markheim moves up to 12th after starting 13th. Bob Eldred started 14th into the 13th spot. Moving back to the 14th position here. Let's look at the 952 of Anthony Giuliano. See him in a white machine with the M across the hood. Not so sure about that M sponsorship. Chat can help me out. Jeff Burke just right behind him. I'm pretty sure not, Mr. D'Amico. That was funny. If you could hear in my ear, thank goodness you can't. Jeff Burke behind him over the top Motorsports driver there, looking to rebound. He's had some difficult weeks of late since Talladega hit, and also in other leagues. 60 still working in line. Obviously, I don't think he got as much practice time as everyone else did. We do offer 1 hour practice here for that drivers, and obviously we can add a little bit more with rooms opening up sometimes if you're still interested. 16th moving on back, James Nunn. We'll have to go take a look at the front here in a second, but James Nunn, 951. I see him in the black machine. Maybe got himself a Vietnam veteran. I can't really see the badge there on the side. He'd have to inform me. Might be a Desert Storm veteran there, or an Iraq War veteran. James Nunn, the 951. Just trying to get a look at that paint scheme. Well, there's a badge along the side. If one of our veterans out there, when Mr. D'Amico points the camera at it, and let us know. I'm sure it's one of the wars he's a veteran of. All right, well, we'll quickly move through this top 20 real quick, keep moving through, and then get back to the front. Bob Elder looks like he's making a move up there, but Bob Wells is the next guy in line I want to talk about. Hold My Beer Motorsports there on that hood, obviously. 42 Bob Wells, been here a long time. Running his race, can repair the car like no one else. Not finding a lot of attrition out here tonight, at least not finding a bunch of wrecks for Bob Wells. That's always a positive for that 42 machine. Zach McSwain, guy that was running well on Thursday, finished top 10, 091 there, 18th spot at the moment. Jason Lance, 19 position, just passing Zach Scott, who's in 20, so we'll get to see both of these guys real quick before we're heading back up to the front and see what's going on with our leaders. Good running here for the top 20 guys. There are a few guys out there, including Elliott Sadler, haven't cracked that top 20 yet. Mr. Kirkland, the only guy off the speedway at the moment, but at least joins us here in chat. We thank you for that, Mr. Todd Kirkwood, adding to our extremely high viewership here this evening. Let's go view that leader, though. 48 of Dustin Covington still maintains the lead. Oh, yellow comes out. Not quite sure what happened. We'll have to take a look. Oh, 091 around. Single car incident from what I can see. Let's see what happened. Oh, we were just talking about the 42 of Bob Wells. Made contact out of turn number 2. And down in front is the 091. So 42 and 091 just getting into the corner there after making contact. They make door contact out of 2. Get down that back straightaway. Big jumble of cars coming up here. 091's making a move, and 42 is there, but 091 doesn't get a lot of damage, but wow, that car turns around when it hits that grass. Aerial replay coming up. Y'all decide yourself. I think it was a racing incident getting into the corner. Obviously, the 091 probably squeezed a little bit, thought he had some room. Back here live, gonna catch up on chat here after we get through pit road, maybe get an interview in. We are at a 1.5 mile track. Yeah, Covington on the pit road right now. Our leader led most of the laps here. Sorry, Mr. Jackson Milker. Who is the hint of the Budweiser? I'm guessing that's old Kevin Winter, Miss Michelle, if we're talking about Kevin Winter's paint scheme and Budweiser. I believe that is him. 78 machine, that's for sure. All right, Dustin Covington gets off first and away. Scott Benton was second, makes up a few spots. Aaron Bennett third. Looks like Wes Holland comes out fourth. Kyle Chadwick fifth. Kevin Winter is going to be sixth. Greg Mall seventh. Mitchell Reeves probably eighth or ninth. And, oh boy, Troy Torgensen. I just stop myself every time because I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up. Torgerson. Mr. D'Amico's talking to my ear and letting me know. Yeah, it's one of those names that makes you stop every time. Let's see. I don't know. I think I'm going to bring up old Kevin Winter here. He's just outside that top 5. That's 78. Running a good race early on. Kevin Winter, you got a copy, buddy?
10-4.
All right, man. Just sitting outside the top 5 here. Good, midway run there. Not a full, probably long run that a lot of drivers like you that conserve tires do. But what's your cue here? What are you finding rough? What are you finding what you need to do better?
I think we're a little bit off on our short run speed. I mean, at this point, I'm not too bothered by it. It's going to help us on the long run. And yeah, I mean, I wish that run was a little longer. We're starting to catch a few guys and make some passes, and I think we just get some green flag runs, and I think we'll be able to get closer to the top 5, or at least top 3. But there's some quick guys up there.
Do you feel like you could win her tonight, or do you gotta, make some moves if the track allows?
I mean, if we can get up front, we can definitely make some moves and make a heck of a race out of it. But I mean, until we get closer to the front and see what these guys are all about, right now I think it's just too early to tell.
All right, Kevin. Well, thanks for coming up here. We're doubling up. We'll let you get back down there in team speak and get ready for this next run.
10-4. Next up.
78 Kevin Winter just outside that top 5 position. Don't get to interview him at the end of the races. Had to sneak one in there. Margheim was the top 5 there. Yeah, Mr. Kevin Winter does have a great helmet. That is for sure. Zach McSwain, OL, given out there. I don't know. I thought it was a racing incident, but admins have full control over that, and we do trust our admins to make that call. All right, guys, we're going to be cranking it up here on that green flag, so I'm going to call out that green, and we're going to let the sound take it away for a lap or so. So crank it up on your end. Get to hear sights and sounds of Kentucky as we will be going green flag racing again. Green flag will be on the leader once that pace car has dropped, and it has. Waiting for the box is the 48. Green, green, green. All right, turn it up. Let's go down on the track.
Caution, caution. How was your forward drive there towards the end of that?
906, Greg Mall around. Oh, tons of cars around. Oh, this is going to be a big one for sure. 14 is damaged. Let's see what happened. I saw the 906 go around first, so we're going to start hopefully there. 906 off the wall, gets loose. Greg Mall is the first guy to go around, but the real action happens around Jeff Merck, the 60 machine. See where Mr. D'Amico's cams take him to.
Pace car going in 3.
Now, let's see what happened with this camera angle. I know we called 906. He started the spin first, but it was Josh Scott off the wall. It goes out and tags the 60, and around they go at the top of the speedway. Old Panic gets involved, as does Mark Jackson. Panic took a lot of damage. So did Jeff Merck. and 906 of Greg Mall. So there was going to be a caution no matter which way we looked at it. There's a big old one on the back straightaway. Drivers that barely got by were guys like Elliott Sadler and Michael Jeans. John Held got by. There were some lucky guys getting through that. Let's look at that final aerial view. You get to see the whole action. Boy, Gilmore with a sidestep there, as does Ken Richardson. That's a big old crash for Kentucky, for sure. Now let's go back to that first place here. It'll be Dustin Covington. I'm not sure they'll go down pit road. I'll take it as a no. Let's see if I can't find Troy here in TeamSpeak. If you're here in TeamSpeak. I'm not seeing old Troy. I wanted to ask him how to say his last name. That usually helps me out right here. We'll have that crank. I don't know. Mr. D'Amico will decide here shortly if we'll have more crank it up. That wasn't a very long session of it. Yeah, we're going to try and do it again on this next green flag. Let's go up Bob Eldred. I know he's usually in TeamSpeak. There's Bob Eldred. We'll bring him up. See what the 38 has. Seeing him moving up 14th to 9th. Steady gain here for the 38, Mr. Bob. How are you feeling here tonight in that machine?
Man, I came into tonight so excited to run New Smyrna. That's one of my favorite tracks, and I just don't have any speed here. I keep giving you guys the same answers.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Put up difficulties there at New Smyrna, but I mean, you got to be happy early on with the top 10. What are you finding difficult? I know early on guys were talking about corner speed, getting out of the corners on turn 2 and turn 4. Is that where you're struggling too?
Yeah, it seems like iRacing's got a little bit of an odd setup on these cars throughout their series, and these cars right now aren't going over above 7,000 RPM down the straightaways, and it just feels like you're not going fast enough, and it's screwing everybody up in the corners. We're eating right front tires bad.
All right. Well, I mean, 9th place, like I said, not too shabby. Any keys you can do for a long run that you think you can improve on?
I think I could probably back up the corners a little bit more. I know that's kind of where my issue lies, and trying to stay off full throttle in the center of the corner. I don't know. Hopefully I can save that right front a little bit more than the rest of these guys and try to pull up a few more positions.
All right, Bob. Well, I believe we're going to get back at it here shortly. Go out and get a few more positions if you can, and maybe talk at you at the end of the night.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, 38 of Bob Eldred. Got the Show Tiger on the hood. You're going to get back at this lead. I'm going to call it out again. Hopefully they don't do the same thing. If not, announcer's curse it is, and we'll keep on announcing after that for sure. But we'll give it one more time with this Crank It Up cam. Quick top 10 rundown in case some of them did pit. Covington first, Patton second, Bennett third, Winter fourth, Mitchell Reeves fifth, Chadwick sixth, Torgensen seventh, Markheim eighth, Eldred ninth, and Anthony Giuliano top 10 there. Mark Jackson with some internet connection issues, by the way, in that 3 machine after being involved in that crash. All restarts are after the pace car drops at the leader's discretion here in Loose Lug Nuts Racing. Let's see where old Dustin Covington gets her set off. Wait for that nose to jump. There it goes.
Green flag.
Green flag showing. Wait, I was off even a little bit there. Green flag, let's get to that Crank It Up cam, guys. Be right back.
caution.
And we're going to be back hello. So that'll be the last time we crank it up. At least we got a lap in, right? Battle in the back yet again. Let's see what happened. Jeff Mark goes up and gets. Oh boy, I can't read that number. It's a split number. The 980 of John Held. Yep. Jeff Merck just blows the corner there. John Held had position. Merck in there, but to the quarter panel, but taps him around. Ken Richardson sends them the rest of the way. And I believe also the 906 of Greg Mall went around. He was a lap down all in that too. Not quite sure who the 20 machine is because I don't see it on the speedway either. Yeah, a little bit of a recruitment series and not too many wrecks there. Only 2. People learn. People have, bad races. We do have 30 starters out here tonight. 29 were on track. Stuff happens. You have to beat your head over. We're all out here for the camaraderie. I agree, Mr. Kennedy. Jackson Meltler, there's tons of races here on the old MaxSpeedTV. We sure do like it if you hit that like button, subscribe if you need to. There's a ton of content out there. If the K&N car here with the Loose Lug Nuts Racing is not your thing. I know most of our guys out there probably pulled up multiple views of MaxSpeedTV. Tons of broadcasters. I'm not sure if there's a lot of spots open between our broadcasters, but no hurt in asking if they have open spots if you're a league and interested. That's for sure. Gonna let these guys calm down. No interviews this time around. Just gonna talk to chat. Yeah, we were looking for that Tony Stewart throwback scene. I believe that's Calvin Miller. He should not be doing that, but with everything that's happened this week, we were pretty lenient on getting those numbers, fixed up right. Everyone should have their assigned league number. That is the typical rule, but a lot of stuff happened in this week, and probably a little bit lax on it on this race. We'll be back to non-lax there tomorrow evening, when we are at Charlotte for 200 laps. Who's going to come out and view like a mini 200 lap race at Charlotte? When I say mini, I'm just talking about the Coke 600 version, but should be a fun little time. And the Cup cars. Oh, Jackson, you can always come out and run if you need to. I don't remember your name or seen you on track before, but buddy, come on out, run Loose Lug Nuts, see how well you do, stack it up with our guys. Sometimes it ain't the league for you, that's for sure. Wrecking is normal across all forms of racing. Like I said, there's probably some guys out there doing a lot better on different channels if you want to go watch that. pace car lights are out. Sitting here looking at chat, gonna be going focusing my views back on the race car drivers here. Through 3 and 4 we go. Pace car's gonna be diving down, gonna be back to green on lap number 32. 2 quick series of cautions have gotten us in a little bit of a drought. Let's see if we can't get back to that first original run. Dustin Covington sets us off with an early jump. There he goes, green flag racing. Got Pat looks to hold down second place well enough. Kevin Winter up to third. Looking up under the 921. This is where you got to get those quick positions. Dustin Covington really hasn't figured out. Aaron Bennett up to the high side, 945 in fourth place. On the high side of Kevin Winter he goes, looking for spot there. Gonna have to shorten the line end of the corner. Boy, he's up there a good ways. Mitch Reeves just behind him. 945, good run off the corner after going high through that section. O2 Mitchell Reeves now working on the back end of that 945 of Aaron Bennett. Kyle Chadwick, Bob Eldred just behind him, single filed out for the moment. We'll keep a good look at our top 5 to top 10 guys right now through these camera angles. Aaron Bennett working up under the 78, looking for a pass towards the front straightaway here of Kentucky. Let's not be starting too much stuff in chat or you will find yourself gone. 945 up under that 78. Mitchell Reeves trying to shoot the middle. No, he backs off now to the door of the 945. 78 dives the corner there. Maintains third. Mitchell Reeves to the high side. Kyle Chadwick will be looking for spot. No, Mitchell Reeves with the crossover on the 945. Good racing here for the top 5 spots. Aaron Bennett just barely hanging on to that spot. Mitchell Reeves around him through the beginning of turn number 1. Aaron Bennett now working on the back end of that 02. Maybe a little bit tight through that corner. Let's try to move on back here as Mitchell Reeves just makes the pass low under the 945. Aaron Bennett's still working on pretty good. Let's see if we can't find some racing back here. Good old Bob Wells, position number 13 after being that incident. 2 cautions ago, working on the back end of Jeff Knight. 987 up there on the high side. Bob Wells up under him. This is a battle for 12th. Markheim 923 looking extreme low. Bob Wells with the spot at the line. Let's see if he continues to work it through the middle of the corner 1 and 2. This is where you got to watch that speed. Trying to watch that exit of the 987. Almost off the wall. Comes down. Markheim still looking for spot on the 987. 923 throws it into the corner a little bit deeper. Has to ease up on the brakes a bit. Roll it through. Oh, a little bit of a tap. Maybe got the 987 loose as my camera angle changed. .987 still working at Jeff Merck now back into spot there. Let's look at that 60. He was probably the guy involved there for that last caution. Now working. Oh, just behind him, Elliott Sadler is around. Caution is out. 38 right front is destroyed on that 38. Oh boy, I'm going to have to change my angle to figure out what happened here. Don't know if Elliott Sadler came down or Ken Richardson drove it in. We'll have to see. Elliott Sadler done for the evening, that's for sure. 16 throws it maybe a little bit deep in there. Let's look at these angles here that Mr. D'Amico provides. 38 running at it. Yep, it's Elliott Sadler done. 16 probably just a little bit too deep in there. Aerial footage here. Y'all make the call here. 38 may have came down, but I'm not quite sure again what to call this. It's definitely a racing incident, but maybe the 38 came down a little bit into the lane. 16 probably a little bit deep in the corner. I'd say both of them at fault. All right, back live out here. Small run yet again. Lead change, though, coming up for sure. I think a couple guys took some tires. Looks like Kevin Winter, maybe Scott Patton took some tire difference here. I'm going to get an interview with Scott Patton. Maybe it was just a bad stop. Got the 921 up here. Going to take over the lead unless that car in front of him is on the lead lap. Scott, what's the call on pit road if you want to share?
Yeah, definitely 4 tires. I think at this track like this, more than 6, 7, 8 laps on a run, and pretty much a guaranteed 4.
Guaranteed 4. I mean, I was watching some replays with chat there, so I was certain that you took 2 after seeing the 48 dominate pit road and the speedway. Now, does that just say you're looking for some clean air right now? Maybe that's the dominant factor along with tires?
I think so. I think you said I took 2. I've taken 4 both times, so my guys have just been on it tonight. They put the ice cream away, and they are ready to roll.
All right. Well, got a couple laps here. You know, a little bit caution. What are you preferring? How's your short run speed? How's your long run speed?
Short run, I think we're decent. Probably a top 5. Dustin's definitely quick up there, but I think in the long run, I think tires are probably a little bit better here, but we'll have to kind of see how it shakes out, especially now that we have potentially clean air. We'll see what Jeffrey does here, but yeah, I think it's kind of trying to strike that balance between the short run and the long run. If we can get a long run, I think we'll be in good shape, but we're also trying to stay in contention if it is all short runs tonight.
I'm not sure if your competitor there, the 987, will enter pit road or not, but starting on the outside, he's going to have probably the call to make when to start or restart this race. How are you on your outside restarts there? Obviously, the 987 is new.
Yeah, we'll be sure to give him plenty of room, especially with the older tires up front there. Oh, looks like he's maybe dipping off. But yeah, the restarts I tried, I heard a couple of guys were maybe starting in first gear, so I tried that the last time, and she got all kinds of loose off 4 there, so I think we'll stay in second the rest of the night here.
All right, well, I believe we're doubling up. You're going to get first, so never mind that last question, really. So lights are out. We'll let you get back down there to the team.
Thanks, Jeff.
.921 is Scott Patton there. Now the official leader as the 987 of Jeff Knight went into the pits. Top 10 rundown real quick before we get back to hopefully some green flag action. Scott Patton with that lead. Kevin Winter second. Dustin Covington third. Aaron Bennett fourth. Mitchell Reeves fifth. Anthony Giuliano 17th to 6th. Probably our biggest mover on the field. Jeff Merck 7th. Kyle Chadwick back to 8th. And Troy Torgerson 9th. And Bob Eldred 10th. I know I said it wrong again, Mr. D'Amico. All right, pace car looking to dive off. There goes that iRacing Ford Mustang. Scott Patton going to have the option to fire anywhere up to the box. There he goes.
Green
Nose
flag.
up. Green flag racing. Lap number 43 around Speedway. Kevin Winter with the quick move. Scott Patton throws the block. These two are rivals. Good move at both of them. Kevin Winter did show the bottom. There goes that 48 to the top side. Mitchell Reeves looking to get a spot on Aaron Bennett. Kevin Winter got some door action there from the 48 of Dustin Covington. Hard racing from those two. At the moment, it's going to allow the 921 to escape. Good run for both of them off the corner. 78 fits in line, blocks the 945's downward run there through the front straightaway. 48 looks bad fast. He was a tenth faster than all of our qualifiers, but qualifying don't add too much as they are short runs. Kevin Winter has contention on the outside the 78 and 945. Aaron Bennett just in front of him. Justin Covington looking low under the 921 of Scott Patton. Couple races up front here, obviously for position. Kevin Winter, believe just at the line. No Aaron Bennett, just a nose over the 78. Kevin Winter now throwing her deep down there. Look at that fourth place into third, trying to get the nose over. Caution, caution. Oh, wow. I am not sure what happened, but I saw the ending of that. Up, bump from the 88, and Vernon Margheim goes to the wall. That was an extreme hit from the 923. We'll have to go back and see how much nose the 88 used. Sure, he'll get an EOL out of it. Wow. Just clipped that bumper, and the 923 of Margheim does not want to go down into traffic, so he sends it up high to the right, but that was an extreme hit. Vernon Margheim did all he could to stay out of the racing surface for sure. Yep. Unfortunate incident there. 88 probably going to get the EOL with 2 to go. Yep, that was a big hit. You are right, Jackson. Thank goodness it is Sim, because that was a violent hit going into turn number 1. .923 obviously going to be off the speedway. That probably took the motor and everything with it. I believe 08 probably received some damage during that. I did see him get clipped as the 923 went down the speedway after that big hit. Calvin Miller in the 20 machine, but in the 977, going to be the next to last car on the lead lap at the moment, I think.
All right, drivers, there was quite a bit going on in one lap there.
Let's see if we can't talk to old Mitchell Reeves here. Going to bring the O2 machine on up. O2 Mitchell Reeves up in the booth with us. A little practice. I know you've done well here at Kentucky in the past and in this machine, but what's your struggle here tonight as you've gone from 11th to 5th so far?
Really just kind of trying to survive the restarts. Car feels pretty good on the long run. It's obvious that the middle lane's kind of the place to be. Be interesting to see what a long run brings, but man, these restarts are crazy. Everybody knows that this is a tough track to pass at, so everybody's getting everything they can on a restart, and there's just a little bit of aggression, but I know we'll get it calmed down on the second half, going in the second half of the race.
Yeah. The second half of the race is coming up here. We only got 50 so laps to go, but you know, you're moving up the field. Are you working pits? How's your corners too? I know I've been asking everyone that about getting out of turn 2 and turn 4.
You know, really, just trying to kind of conserve. You know, I feel like we're pretty even with these guys up here. I don't know. You know, I'd like to get a little bit longer of a run. I think we gained a couple spots on pit road here and there, but we're pretty decent. Like you said, I've always really enjoyed Kentucky. Kind of glad this was the track of choice to make the alternate switch from New Smyrna. So, for limited practice, run P5. We still got a lot of this race to go, and hopefully we'll find a couple more positions here, and maybe get up in the top 3 or maybe win a race.
Yeah, I do call you Mr. PM, sir. So you got to get at least a little bit closer for that to become a factor. Fast guys in front of you, fast guys behind you for sure. Got your work cut out.
Yeah, we're gonna give it all like we always do. It's been a good race so far. I know we'll get a long green flag run, and I think that'll really separate the field. But hopefully the O2 Jex machine will be up front here shortly.
All right, Mitch, doubled up, getting ready to go back green again. Hopefully talk to you then in the evening.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys, looks like Mr. D'Amico is saying in my ear that we've lost engine noise out here, so sorry about that. If we get another yellow, we might have to go to a commercial break, and Mr. D'Amico will have to reconnect, but we'll try to stick it out. Kind of one of those times that you hoping for a yellow, but not really. I don't know what the future holds real quickly here on the stream, so obviously we'll be looking at that. Pace car down. Scott Patton going to lead us off here. Is it back? It sounds like it's back. Green flag racing. Hopefully those engine noises are back. Let me know in the chat. Let Mr. D'Amico know for sure. Working on a small bubble here. Kevin Winter pulling for second hard with that 48 of Dustin Covington. Position number 2 battle. Kevin Winter does have the bottom. Dustin Covington controlling the middle. Probably a more preferred line on exit. There he goes. Dustin Covington gets second spot. Through there. Good battle there. Oh! Well, we're going to have a problem real quick, that's for sure. Back there, 952 and the 4 taking swipes at one another. Those guys need to knock it off a bit there. I know they have a little bit of a pass. They're going to get back to racing, that's for sure. Big old pile of guys around here. Oh, Greg Ball's loose off the corner. Maybe got a little bit of help from the 952. Chris Boyle's rolling around in that Hardy's machine around for West Holland. On the high side, Ford's got to get that head back up under him for sure. Chris Boyle's and looks like unheld there in the 980 machine. Chris Boyle's position number 8 working around West Holland. West Holland on the high side. Like I said, high side exit probably the preferred line around this speedway. Chris Boyle's falls back. He will be position number 9. West Holland position number 8. 2x2 battle back there. That is Anthony Giuliano. Or excuse me, Zach McSwain. Sorry about that. Black car there, the 091. And Greg Ball in that Navy machine, 906. Greg Ball's gone around once and almost gone around twice for sure. Josh Scott. 3 wide battle, maybe 2308. That's Michael Jeans in that 08 Sharpie machine. Josh Scott, 23 Haas, chasing up the track there, 08. Good run through the front straightaway of Josh Scott. Not seeing the 08 on my board. There he is, Michael Jeans, sorry. Update on my side. 08 still battling Michael Jeans. crossover move. We'll keep the camera here, see what this battle does. McSwain making moves in front of these guys too, almost contact with the 906. Michael Jeans make that full pass there. McSwain working around the 28 of Chris Voiles and the 952 of Anthony Giuliano. Keeping our camera angle at the top. Dustin Covington out to that lead, but under fire. The 921 of Scott Patton still. Scott Patton falling off the mark here. Kevin Winter and Aaron Bennett working on the 921 48s, escaping out. Got 2/10 over the last couple laps. Mitchell Reeves now working on Kevin Winter. That's for position number 4. Mitchell Reeves in that 5th spot as our camera angle turns and looks. Dustin Covington really controlling this out front at the moment. Scott Patton maintaining 2nd, but for how long Aaron Bennett's on his bumper, giving him a lot of room, sure, for teammate. Kevin Winters having to work extra hard out there. At 48 is fast. Doesn't Covington put on a show last night on a Legends car. Looking to double up here 2 nights in a row for the 48 machine. Looks like that battle for 5th has calmed down a little bit. Mitchell Reeves still working on the 78 a bit. March through this top 10 real quick and we'll come back. Wes Holland up to 6. Bob Eldred just behind him. Wes Holland in that red Mobil 1-4 machine. Like I said, Beldred, that Show Tiger machine, 14th to 7th at the moment. Been running around the top 10 all night, 38. Newcomer Troy Torgerson, maybe I said it right that time, 8th place. Got a good set of wheels under him. Looks to be a great driver in the making here at Loose Lug Nuts. Probably a little bit more background info on him later on. John Held, big mover so far in the top 10 as we sit 22nd to 9th. .952, Anthony Giuliano falling a little bit back, but still top 10 on that last lap. Looks like the battle continues here for Anthony Giuliano and Michael Jeans, along with Zach McSwain on his outside. They both make the pass on Anthony Giuliano. 2 cars down. Car at the bottom, I didn't catch the number. I believe that was the 14 or 60. Yeah, I believe it was the 60 of Jeff Merck. So 2-car tandem there, McSwain and Michael Jeans making some real headway through this field. Looks like they're doing a great job saving tires, running about the same line. I'm worried about the car that we're going to go to because he's fallen off a couple spots the last time I looked. Kevin Winter in that 78, maybe setting up for a longer run for sure, but that 78 machine has fallen back to 9th place at the moment. Worried about Kevin Winter's tires. Maybe he got a little bit of damage running around the top 2, top 3 guys. that we did not see on tonight's broadcast. Doesn't look like he has anything but a clean car, but I don't know, maybe some right damage, maybe a crinkling on that full right side could be hurting the aerodynamics and turning ability of the 78 of Kevin Winter. Go back to the front because Scott Patton has retaken the lead, 9:21. Maybe this is part of the reason why. Maybe there was some mix-up between the 48 and the 78 that we didn't see. Just conjecture for sure, but it is a possibility. Scott Patton out to that lead yet again. Good run out front for the 921. 48 going to try to track him down yet again. Yep. Kevin Winter's pretty good about saving those tires, Mr. Kennedy. I'm really not sure it's the tire. Oh, 945 almost off the wall. Wes Holland with the quick move to avoid him. So Wes Holland's going to come across the line third, but boy, he almost got Aaron Bennett in the back end as the 945 came off the wall from turn number 4, just clipping it, killed his momentum. Let's stick with the front, though, because I'm anticipating a pass for the lead. 48, sorry with the little mic shake there. .48 still looking, trying to throw it deep through the tri-oval when we come to the start-finish line, getting right on the rear bumper. Haven't seen him make a pass low all evening. I don't think it works. It's at the top end of the speedway on exit. Better to get your runs off. 48 strong here. Still to the rear quarter panel. Falls back to the bumper. Going to make the inside look again. Maybe working at his competitor. But I'm worried about the 48 burning up a lot of his machine. Almost slid the corner there on turn number 4. Benefactor with these two racing is the 4 of Wes Holland as he continues to climb. 921 better run off that corner. So we'll have a battle coming up for first, second, and third momentarily. I'm going to look through the field, see if we can't find some guys. Swain and Jeans continue to climb. Kevin Winter back to 10th and falling. Troy Turgidson, there's a battle for 11th, 10th place right now under Anthony Giuliano. Anthony Giuliano coming on strong here. Looks, I could have the battle backwards. And those two guys at line about the same time around the speedway at the moment. Giuliano, Torgerson. Jeff Gilmore right behind him. Let's look at that 57 machine. Quiet night as always for Jeff Gilmore in most respects. Miller Genuine Draft on the hood. He does like to finish races as much as he can. I think Trent Drum has taken that, ideal spot. Kevin Winter down to the pit road. Maybe a sign of things to come here as we enter lap number 71 around the speedway. Maybe some green flag action coming on. Wait to see if any of these other guys pit. Guys mixing it up in the background for sure as our camera angles change. Scott Patton does have a 2/10 lead over Dustin Covington, 7/10 over Wes Holland as these tires start to officially wear right off. I heard some models from 86% to 80% on the right front after 20 laps. So far, Kevin Winter, I believe, is only one of the top 10 guys to bite to pit road. Maybe a short pit action. Can't always count on a caution. Maybe he just did not know what was wrong. Trying to look on Mr. D'Amico's end. I do believe there is right front damage on that 78. I was trying to look on the delayed end there. As Mr. D'Amico zoom in a little bit extra with his cameras. Battle for 4th coming up. Big battle. Bob Eldred is under fire from the tandem of Michael Jeans and Zach McSwain, two guys that have burned down the field with their conservation tires. They had an extra set of rubber on them or something, or maybe they were the two only guys to pit under that last caution, but they are running through the field. Bob Eldred up to 4th, McSwain 5th on that lap, working the bottom. Michael Jeans 08 on the high side. 091 door to door with the 38. 3 wide battle coming up. 38 gets out of it. 08, good run for these guys. Look at them work. Zach McSwain running a great race, as is Michael Jeans. Good to see that Vernon Markheim flip did not damage the 08 too much. McSwain, I believe, is about to hit Dirt Pro as well as he's running. I did see he ran a race over on Hunt the Front. A little bit of background there for Zach McSwain. Winning a race, I think the initial race on Hunt the Front League, and looks like to be a fun time out there on the dirt. Another pitter down, that's Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell Reeves down pit road. See what the 02 does. On pit road at the moment, we'll keep with them. Right sides are going to go up. Out and away. Sorry for the little bit of lapse of speaking. Was pouring a drink for the wife as she was doing her nails. Multitasking, I guess. Dustin Covington out in the lead. So that is going to be Scott Patton down pit road. Yeah, he's just off of pit road. A lot of guys still on track. Top 10 has majorly changed up. Dustin Covington, Aaron Bennett remain out. Michael Jeans entering pit road. Let's go to the 08, see what the 08's going to do. Tire stop, I'm sure. Obviously, probably not a full tank of fuel. There goes the 16 of Ken Richardson. He was involved in an incident earlier on with Elliott Sadler. Seemed to be able to wreck Elliott Sadler quite a lot. Unfortunate there for the NASCAR driver. Sure do like to say the name, don't I? Still watching who's staying out. Bennett, Eldred, Gilmore, Mall, Chadwick. Jeans, one of the first guys off. Chadwick now down pit road. Let's see if he can't get something going here. We'll watch him on pit road. The 88 of Kyle Chadwick started outside pole. Now this leaves the 48 of Ben Covington in a precarious spot, being the last of one of the fast guys. Aaron Bennett is still out there running top 3 most of the evening. I believe, Mr. Finn, you'd have to ask Mr. Jeans that. Gilmore up to lead, so Ben Covington down pit road. Pit cycle's winding out here. Scott Patton's probably going to have the lead when he comes back around. Looks like Mitchell Reeves getting probably up to second place. Have to watch where Kevin Winter goes. He was one of the first guys to pit. Big battle up around our official leader, Jeff Gilmore, the 57. Marching through the speedway. There goes the 4 of Wes Holland, getting his lap back the hard way, along with John Held. Working pit stops. There comes the leader out in front of Dustin Covington. Going to have the tire difference here. Troy Torgerson out there too, but he's a lap down, chasing down Gilmore for the lead. Well, they're going to go left, right, and center of that 57, just missing them. 48, almost an incident there. James Dunn goes around. Troy Torgerson also. Top 13 have made it the cycle around Michael Jeans and Zach McSwain. Those two guys cannot get away from one another. Get the lap back the hard way above Jeff Gilmore. That is going to be an interesting battle to see where the 08 and the 91 finish here this evening. Imagine they'll have to dig hard for the final 20 laps of this race, coming up to 19 to go. Still watching to see where pit cycles end out. Gilmore stays on the track, obviously hoping to capitalize on a late race caution and gain some field position here. .921 has Scott been one of the first guys in the mix to pit other than Kevin Winter. Up to 5th, Giuliano 6th. Seeing how well that 952 machine does, it looks like he short pitted himself, or at least in a good position with Scott Patton and Mitchell Reeves. 28 of Chris Boyles over the wall, ending his night. Continues to roll around the speedway, a lap down the middle of the track. Big run behind him. That's 42 Bob Wells, 88 of Kyle Chadwick, 38 of Bob Elkins, and Bob over Jeff Gilmore. Gilmore through the high side. Chadwick look in the middle. Look at that 88 machine go. Trying to press the issue a little bit there with Bob Eldred and Bob Wells. I believe all those guys, the ones I mentioned, are on the same set of tires. I may stutter once in a while, Andrew Fezzik, but sorry for that. Sometimes my Mississippi connection does not offer the best voiceover either. Of course, you could be making fun of me, and I don't appreciate it. .23 of Josh Scott now trying to make it around Jeff Gilmore. Greg Mall and Jeff Knight seem to be doing a pit strategy here, trying to make it on one less pit stop. Scott Patton up to 4th. Jason Lance working 5th at the moment. Wes Holland making it around. Nope, excuse me, that's not Wes Holland. They confused me with that paint. That's Robert Hayes around Jeff Gilmore in the front. Trying to wait to see where these guys end up. Scott Patton may not be able to make up 16 seconds out front to Jeff Gilmore, who's obviously trying to do the fuel race. Let's see if we can't find a battle on the track. I know a good battle that's always going to be there is the 08 of Michael Jeans and the 091. I'm not sure where the 091 dropped to. Wow, he's back to 15th, having a little bit of difficult time to get through traffic at the moment. I'm sure he'll get back up to his running mate of the evening, Michael Jeans. Position number 12, working traffic. John Held just in front of him, down to his inside. Michael Jeans just has found a straightforward way around the speedway. There goes Aaron Bennett just behind him. Wes Holland working right in front. Looks like Wes is slowed up in the back end portion of this race. We're just trying to conserve for the final 10 laps. Here goes the 08. 945 down at the bottom. Kevin Winter there in that mix too. That was the top 10 at the line last time around. Kevin Winter probably working a little bit of damage himself. Wes Holland stayed to the top side. 08. Michael Jeans down at the bottom. Aaron Bennett going to follow Michael Jeans for a little bit. Lap 90 around the speedway. Michael Jeans now has a straightaway in front of him with Dustin Covington. Fast qualifier tonight. West Holland's going to fall a little bit back. We'll have to wait and see how these tires come in. Maybe the 08 is burning them up a little bit faster. I think so. Obviously, speaking from his last run, long green flag run here to end this race as we speak right now. Let's go to the front. See Jeff Gilmore. See what he's doing. The 57 machine of Jeff Gilmore is running that fuel consumption race. Scott Patton 11 seconds off, lap 92 around the speedway. Greg Mall's doing the same in second place, 9:06, about 8 seconds in front of Scott Patton. See if Jeff Morris, Greg Mall, last two guys. Nope, Greg Mall says he can't do it. He's coming down pit road. Jeff Gilmore remains on the speedway, last fuel strategy guy out here. Gilmore still working at 9 seconds in front of Scott. Let's look to see where Scott Patton is. He's out and clear just past Calvin Miller, who's a lap down. 9:21, still working time. We'll see the time difference here at the line when he comes across. .921 now, 9 seconds off. I think he made up 5/10 of that lap. Don't know if that's going to work in his favor, depending on how Mr. Gilmore is doing out front. Third place, Mitchell Reeves, lap 94 around the speedway. Greg Ball just getting off of pit road. Going to find himself a lap down the 906 Navy machine. Got the 02 Jegs out here trying to make the pass on him. Greg Ball's obviously going to have fresher tires. Scott Patton to the lead. Jeff Gilmore, I missed him getting on pit road. Scott Patton is to the lead. Mitchell Reeves going to come across the line second at this point. I think Anthony Giuliano falls back to fourth. Dustin Covington's going to be up to third when we complete this lap back here. There's a big battle for third going on, though. That is for sure. Dustin Covington, Anthony Giuliano mixing it up. Good battle here before we go back to the front. Obviously, Michael Jeans in the mix, too. Oh, gets the nose around goes the 952. He saves it. No, he doesn't. Caution at the end of the race. Lap 96, caution, Michael Jeans and Anthony Giuliano. Let's go back and look at that. Dustin Covington and the 952 were battling, and Michael Jeans was working through on the top side. Looks like 952 pushed up a little bit on exit, and the 08 gave no quarter there and hit him in the rear end. 952 with a slight move up there on exit, but the 08 definitely didn't back off or didn't see it until the last second. 952 did a good job not hitting the other competitors on the speedway. I don't know what you mean, Mr. Feston, about another caution. That was a good 50-lap run here at Kentucky. And he just didn't dump him. Racing incident. It does happen on the speedway. Good solid racing there for a top 5 spot. Back here live, seeing what the leaders do. They're not giving up field position or track position. I called it field position twice now. Mitchell Reeves down pit road. Dustin Covington stays out. Scott Patton stays out. Wes Holland stays out. Michael Jeans hits pit road. Aaron Bennett pit road. So top 3-4 guys stayed out this time. let's give a quick top 10 rundown. Let's see who maintains this top 10 after getting through the pit section here. End of the race. Believe it will be a green white checkered to end our event here tonight. 2 of them are available. Scott Patton will be first. Dustin Covington second. Wes Holland will be third officially. Mitchell Reeves, I think, will be fourth. Troy Torgensen probably be fifth as he got out of the pits real well. Miss Michelle, just let them go a little bit. We're almost done here tonight. They're just here to cause a little bit. It's fine. .921 around the speedway under caution here. Going to let these guys race to the end. Josh Scott fourth. Anthony Giuliano gets back out fifth. What a role reversal there for the 952. He's going to get back out about the same spot where he got turned around in. Not denying the 952 got turned there. I just don't think he was dumped. Just in my opinion. See if those pace car lights do turn off this time around. Going into lap 102. Or excuse me, lap 100. Announcer can't get mad if y'all keep pressing my buttons, that's for sure. Alright, doubling it up. Scott Patton going to take us to this first attempt at green-white checker. Dustin Covington second. Wes Holland's going to be third. Josh Scott, 23, I haven't seen him up here all evening. Fourth. Anthony Giuliano, good recovery there through pits. Fifth. Aaron Bennett sixth. Mitchell Reeves seventh. Troy Torgensen eighth. Michael Jeans ninth. And Kyle Chadwick 10th. Zach McSwain just sitting out that top 10 and 11th spot. I imagine he'll get there when we find the checkered flag. All right, waiting for this pace car to drop. Going to be the 921 of Scott Patton, going to lead us off here. Top 4 guys, I'm guessing, are on old tires. Here we go, green flag. Early jump from the 921. Dustin Covington at it, as is Wes Holland. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a quick run for those guys. Scott didn't get a good jump. Aaron Bennett's going to have to work the high side. Look at Giuliano. We'll get to the front here just in a second. Giuliano looking for a 4th place. Torgensen on the back bumper of that 952. Fastway is still around the top side. 952 hopefully has new tires. All right, good battle there around 5th to 8th place. Getting a little bit slowed up there, I think was the 30 machine. They're mixing it up. 3 wide, 952, 08, 88. Side by side, 23. White flag hanging out. This will be the final lap of the race no matter what. 921 just in front of the 48. Let's take a look at our lead here. 921, 48, 4. Good battle back there. I really want to see it. Here goes the 48 down to the bottom. Looking for the pass. Not going to have it. 921 Scott Patton gets off the bottom. Oh, 945 touches the 4. Around goes the 4. Into the wall. 945 scores 3rd place. We'll have a replay coming up there on Aaron Bennett and Wes Holland as the 4 went around at the line. replay up, maybe a little bit of a half block attempt from the 4, but contact coming to the line, and the 4 is not going to finish this race again 3 weeks in a row. 945 scores third place officially. 23 around does not finish. Let's look at our top 10 before I get these drivers ready. Scott Patton, obviously, with the win. Dustin Covington, second. Aaron Bennett, third. Mitchell Reeves, fourth. Troy Turgensen, good job in that 30 machine. First time seeing him, fifth. Kyle Chadwick, sixth. Michael Jean, seventh. Bob Wells, eighth. Jason Lance, ninth. And James Noon, 10th. Zach McSwain, just outside that top 10 in 11th. Yep, better at the line. I do agree with that, Feston. Let's get these guys ready for that interview. All right. Aaron Bennett disappeared real quick. Mr. D'Amico's going to try and get him back in the waiting for interview room. But we're going to go with our race winner here tonight with Scott Patton. Obviously, congratulating the 48 of Dustin Covington on a great run for both of you. Mixing it up there on that last long run. Good job scoring another win there, Mr. Patton. Has to be fun out front.
Yeah, it is. Awesome race all around. That was Dustin put on a heck of a race. Aaron there coming in strong in the end. I was obviously worried about that green-white checker, but she held on, and pit guys, man, were spot on all night.
Yeah, it looked like a great race for you. And I think obviously Dustin Covington showed early on that he was fast guy. You, for whatever reason, found speed where you needed to and made the moves. Like you said, pit road was probably key for a lot of guys, but how were you feeling coming out to that long run before the caution?
Yeah, that was a calculated guesstimate there with pitting. I knew we wanted 4 tires, but if we ran the tank dry, we'd only be looking at like 5 to go, and then you're playing the game of kind of like what those other guys were doing with, running out of time to let those 4 tires take effect. So we're trying to play the balance of not pitting too early and risking a yellow coming out and getting trapped down and playing that game, but right in the middle there, and I think we kind of nailed it tonight. Great call in the pit box by our crew chief, Trey back home.
All right, well, Scott, I mean, good race out here in Kentucky on the short notice for everyone for sure. So hopefully we get to come back here. It was good racing no matter which way you want to look at it. So thank you for that. Anyone you want to thank? Final thoughts?
Yeah, awesome race all around. We got Turbulence monster trucks on the hood again. Kept us protected all night. And big shout out to my nephew Ethan. He's watching tonight. So hope you enjoyed the race, bud.
All right, Scott. Well, hopefully see you tomorrow night, buddy, at Charlotte.
Sounds good. It's a big one. Looking forward to it.
All right, next up on the lineup here is the 48 of Dustin Covington. Finishing second, dude. I thought you had it won early on, but late race stuff, pitting, and finding yourself second. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, the car was fast all night long. The green flag pit stop bit us a little bit. We was going to have a good top 10 finish, and then that last caution come out and pushed it a little bit too hard on that final lap, and I didn't want to get up into his rear quarter panel to turn him to get the win, so settled with second.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely had the bottom line. We were watching it too. You drove it deep, obviously not taking them full way around or getting to him on the front straightaway, but still one of those things. I know you came off a win the last night in a different league, but looking for back-to-back wins. Strong momentum for you moving forward.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with a top 5 any night. A win is always great, but top 5 solid run, that's what I look for.
For sure. Well, hopefully we can catch you out here tomorrow night. I know you've been mostly doing K&N, but maybe some cup action. I do remember the 48 of Dustin Covington winning the last 200-lap event I put on at Charlotte. We're going to see you there?
I doubt it. I went back to first shift, and I won't be able to make it on Sunday nights anymore.
All right, man. Well, hopefully we see you next Saturday then when we get to that Charlotte race with this K&N machine. Go ahead and thank those that you need to.
I want to thank John and Ronald for putting this thing on. Thank y'all for broadcasting. Over Top Motorsports for bringing me on with the team. Not everybody out there just driving me clean. I really appreciate that. It's hard to finish a race when you don't get run clean.
All right, Dustin. Thanks for that. We'll see you next time, buddy.
Appreciate it.
All right, last on the interview block, Aaron Bennett, 9:45. At least making it interesting. And on that last lap coming to the line, I don't think you intentionally meant to get the old Ford machine around. But you finished third. You were a strong third-place car all night. Let's talk about your race before we get to the end.
Oh yeah, it's a good race. It's great once we got green. I love when these tracks go long like that. I definitely wanted those tires there at the end. I wanted to take those two because I knew if I stayed on old tires, I'd probably develop a push. And once I developed a bad push, you can't really do anything. You're at the mercy of the guys behind you.
Nah, that's for sure. I mean, some bad air once in a while too, and we did see early on that you come across the wall and Ford barely missed you. I think maybe the Ford slowed up, talking about the end of the race there, just enough to where, I don't know, the mindset sometimes is like you got to go for it and you can't make a huge move off the back end of the bumper, but things did happen. It's unfortunate. What was your view?
No, I didn't mean to turn him. I thought I was under him. And on my view of the car, I mean, I don't really know off the top of my head, but off of my view, it looked like I was under him and he kept coming down. To try and protect us, just last lap racing. I mean, I didn't mean to wreck him. I made him a race clean all night, and I meant to cut under him. I think I just might have been carrying a little too much speed through the corner, so if I got into him, I apologize. I'd leave it up to the admins, but I definitely didn't mean to touch him. That's for sure. Made him a race clean all night, so.
Yeah, like I said, you were a third-place car most of the night, top 5 for sure. But again, you come across third. That's official as we stand right now. So go ahead and take those that you need to for a great race here tonight.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun. I hope that I see you guys tomorrow night.
All right, man. Thank you. All right, that was our top 3 guys. Scott Patton, Dustin Covington, Aaron Bennett. Finishing out that top 10 was Reeves, Torgerson, Chadwick, Jeans, Bob Wells, Jason Lance, James Dunn for that top 10, 951. Thank you, everyone, for coming out here live on MaxSpeedTV, the Loose Lug Nuts Racing League here on Saturday night, K&N All-Star Summer Series with the Arca Menards car. We'll be back live tomorrow night with Loose Lug Nuts Racing at Charlotte. 200 laps of the Cup car. We'll see what that action turns out. 43-car posted field, I think. Don't know if it's going to be shortened or not. 200 laps, like I said. Might be a long one, might be a short one. I'm voting for the middle. We'll see how that continues to chime on. Quick shout out to our sponsors, MaxSpeedTV, Godwin Valley Painting, Over the Top Designs, ASN, and Abruzzi Racewear USA. If you're interested in driving loose lug nuts, go get signed up on the iRacing portal or on the Facebook side, Loose Lug Nuts Racing Group. Thank you, everyone, again for tuning out here this evening. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe, everyone.